Hey guys, it's Magic again. Trying out this new app. I kind of like this filter. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments if you'd like. Anyway, today what I wanted to talk to you about was failure and why we fear it. I know for a lot of people, myself included, the reason why we fear failure is because we fear what other people will think or that they will judge us, especially if we care about their opinion. Or sometimes we even get upset and scared if it's like a complete stranger. But honestly, if unless they're like insecure or they haven't achieved that much, they're not really going to judge you for making the leap of faith, because taking that leap to try something new takes a lot of courage, and anyone who's achieved anything will know that, and they're not going to judge you for trying. They might try to give you some feedback on how to get better, but they're not going to judge you because you made the attempt. And besides that, their opinion of you only has weight if you give it weight. If you think about it and you dwell on it and you let it become a part of you, then yeah, it's going to weigh down on you. But if you learn from it and you grow, then that's good. Just don't let them bring you down, because it only has weight if you let it. After all, what we think about does grow. I know that one of my fears with trying something new is usually the unknown. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. I don't like not knowing how things are going to turn out. So what I'll do is I'll avoid the thing. I'll avoid doing it just because it's new and scary. And I'll convince myself that I have all these rational fears of, well, this has happened to me before when I've tried something new, so that's what I know to be scary about trying something new, so it's going to happen this time, even though there's no real guarantee that the same thing will happen. But that's what we tend to do. We're so scared of the unknown that we try to make ourselves feel rational about being scared of it, because we don't really know what's going to happen. So we tell ourselves, oh, well, from past experience, this is the most likely thing to happen, even though we don't really know that for sure. But sometimes we do just need to take that leap and try something, because after all, at the end of the day, when we get to the end of our life, we're the ones that are going to have the regret, not that person that we feared would judge us or make fun of us. They'll have their own regrets, but we shouldn't let them cause us to have ours. So whatever you want to do in your life, make sure you do it, because life is short and we don't have all the time in the world, and you don't want to get to the end of your life and have regrets. Another thing that we have an issue with is a lot of us don't want to fail. Like if our thing that we want to do would require us to get in front of a lot of people and I don't know, something on stage or something like that, and we fail, and then there's all those people. But honestly, we're not going to be perfect at anything that we try the first time. And sometimes we just have to embrace that and know that, hey, I'm going to suck at this, but I'm going to learn and get better rather than stay there. So another problem that a lot of people have is that instead of getting back up and trying again and learning from how they failed or where they failed at or fell short at and getting better, they just stay in the failure. Like, oh, well, I tried and I failed, so I'm just always going to suck. That's not true. Anything worth having is worth working for. Any talent that you have, anything that you're good at, you didn't get good at it just because you tried it once and you were just amazing. You had to keep trying. Like riding a bike, you fell off a few times, right? You failed a lot, but you kept trying. So obviously, if you should just keep trying, honestly, because you're never going to get there if you give up. You're just not. And don't think that even if you do succeed that it's suddenly going to make you happy, because if you can't find good things in your life now to be happy about, you're not going to be able to find good things in your life to be happy about when you succeed. Being successful, succeeding at your dreams, getting whatever you want in life doesn't necessarily make you happy unless you can see the good things in your life now. Because there's always going to be problems. There's always going to be setbacks. There's always going to be something that brings you down. So you need to look around you and find the blessings and the things to be thankful for every single day, or you're never going to find it. Another thing that has helped me personally would be that I found that if I celebrate tiny successes, then I make more progress. Because, like, for instance, with the Dave Ramsey plan thing that I'm doing, every time I pay off a little debt, I get myself a little reward. Because if I didn't get that little reward for paying off that little debt, aside from just happy that I don't have it anymore, I would eventually lose motivation because I'm not able to do anything. I don't feel like I'm doing anything for myself. And so each little debt that I pay off, I give myself like a little reward. It's never anything that expensive, just something, to say, hey, congrats, you did it, So celebrate your small successes. I mean, they may not be great, they may not be big, but you need every little step of the way, you've made progress, and you need to celebrate that in your own way. Just don't celebrate in a way that sets you back. Because you don't want to set yourself back, you don't want to self-sabotage, and that's where a lot of us fall into, is that we're like, oh, well, I've done this, so now I'm going to do this, and then we sabotage ourselves. So we need to work on not sabotaging ourselves. And just celebrating the success in a healthy way. And another thing that has helped me out a lot is that I try not to compare myself too much to other people, because honestly, we always compare our strengths with their strengths with our weaknesses, and vice versa. Whenever we're trying to make ourselves feel like we're better than someone, we'll compare our strengths to their weaknesses. So comparison's never really fair, and honestly, when we compare, most of the time, whenever we're making ourselves feel bad, we're looking at all the highlights, but we don't really see what it took to get there. We don't see the behind the scenes, and so we don't really know what's happening. We don't really know if they're happy. We don't know what it took to get there. All we know is that, well, they just seem so naturally good at this. So if they're so naturally good and I have to work so hard at it, then I must not be meant to do this. That's not true at all. They're probably working just as hard as you are to achieve that same goal. They just put in the effort. So are you willing to put in the effort to get there? Or are you going to let false facts tear you down? And like I said before, sometimes we're just scared because we failed a lot before in the past. But in the end, failure is only failure if you stay there. So don't stay there. Failure is only failure if you don't learn from it and grow. So take the failure, figure out what you did wrong, learn from it, grow, get better, try again. That's the only way that you're going to succeed. Just keep picking yourself back up, dust yourself off, and try again. Alright guys, well, that's it for this video. Remember to go out and spread the love, okay?